Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making homemade wine from a kit. Yeah, I know a lot of you are going to say you're making a kit, it's not really homemade. Well, the difference between homemade and a kit is, I might use real fruit in homemade, but the bottom line is no matter what you use, you're going to use all the same chemicals. So when I buy it in a kit, it comes with the perfect amount of juice, already juiced, I don't have to worry about fresh fruit, and a perfect amount of all the chemicals. So today we're making a Malbec, and normally I'm not a dry wine kind of person, I'm more of a Moscato sweetness, but the Malbec is a dry wine and it's perfect for the Blackberry Sangria that we normally make. With this kit, it's going to make 6 gallons of wine. That yields about 24 to 30 bottles, and if I average it out, it's around $4 a bottle. So you can't get good wine any cheaper. And again, when I buy it in the kit, it's a perfect amount. If you follow the instructions, you really can't mess it up. So on day one, we're going to start with the bentonite. We're going to mix it, the directions say, with 8 cups of hot water. We mix this in the bottom. It's kind of a clay-like substance. It basically helps everything move around and grabs a hold of the sediment so it can sink to the bottom better. And the instructions do say this probably isn't going to dissolve all the way. And I can tell you from experience, it doesn't. You have some clumps in the bottom, don't worry about it. So we're going to stir this in. Then we're going to add our juice. Slowly, because it will splatter. Notice how it splatters there. So this is nice Malbec grape juice. And I found with the Sangria that we like, the Malbec does make the best flavor. So you see all that left? We're going to add some water, rinse this, and get it clear. I want to get every bit of grape juice possible. After we add our juice, we're going to top up with room temperature water. And if you go just a hair over, it's really not that big a deal. Now the directions say pour in our oak chips. So we want to get them wet and stir them in real good. I would say our oak chips are plenty wet there. Okay, in the last part of step 1, day 1, is take our dry yeast and sprinkle over the top. Now, some kits, read your instructions if you get a kit, because some kits say stir the yeast in, some kits say let it set on top. This one says let it sit on top, so that's what we're going to do. Then we're just going to get a cover on, and this has got a rubber seal on it, and we got our airlock, so we basically have sanitized water in our airlock. That way only the carbon dioxide made from the yeast eating the sugar gets out and no air gets to this. So for 2 weeks this is sealed tight, no air gets in. Now one thing I do want to mention real quick, always clean and sanitize your equipment, because if you don't, you could get external bacteria or something like that in there and it'll totally ruin your wine. You don't want to ruin 6 gallons of wine. You don't want to ruin any wine, let alone 6 gallons. So always make sure you clean and sanitize. Okay, now that we have everything added, everything put together, the lid sealed, we're just going to slide this under the table for 2 weeks, and then we're going to be back. So I'm going to take you through the whole process on this kit making. So I'll see you in 2 weeks and we'll get to the next step.